All right. The House just passed a critical bill to keep Americans safe from illegal aliens by deporting all who are convicted of sex crimes. Kind of obvious, right? But how did most Democrats react?
This bill would make it easier to label survivors of domestic violence as perpetrators, to make them removable from the country and eliminate existing legal safeguards that protect survivors. This is once again a bill that widens the highway to Donald Trump's mass deportation plans.
The Republican majority has chosen to begin this year with a series of bills intended to fearmonger and demonize immigrants.
A whopping 145 House Democrats voted against this common sense legislation. The bill doesn't instill fear in anyone except for illegal aliens Biden let in who plan on sexually assaulting Americans. Joining me now, Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House. Mr. Speaker, good to see you. Now, the bill moves to the Senate. How do you expect Senate Democrats to handle this, given the reaction among the public to what went down in the House with that Democrat opposition?
I think the Democrats in the Senate are going to vote for it. Listen to Fetterman. I mean, Fetterman should be the leader of the Democratic Party if they ever want to win the majority again.
Don't give him any ideas, but that's a good point.
But they are so out of touch. I would expect the Democrats to talk like this a year ago, before the election. Have they not heard what the voters have said? Remember, this isn't throw everybody out who came here illegally.
Which, frankly, most Americans want. So.
Exactly. No, you have to sexually assault somebody, and they still want to protect.
But does that not prove what you and I have talked about so many times, the sheer radicalization of this party? It is illegal aliens before the American people every time, even those committing sexual assault.
And I will tell you, because I've watched on the floor, those Democrats that are so progressive, they bully the other Democrats. And they're just weak, and they go along with it.
Bullying them into losing.
Exactly.
I mean, they're not going to win another election if they keep down this road.
It's a terrible place to be, but let's not let them win another one, because we watched the damage that they have done.
What do you think about this story that Jill Biden is angry at Nancy Pelosi? Obviously, you were Speaker of the House. Nancy Pelosi was, if you're a Democrat, she was a successful Speaker of the House. And I'm thinking, like, has Jill Biden not been in politics for 50 years? Does she know that Nancy Pelosi is like really smart and wanted to have her party have a chance of winning? What about that odd dynamic there?
You know that they didn't rule well, but I'll tell you something about Jill, something I've never seen at any other time in the presidency. She was as much as the president as Joe Biden was. She would be in meetings you wouldn't think about. I remember one time I'm sitting back in the dining room, and Joe says something about taking us outside. She turns right. No, they don't want to go outside. She was the protector, but this is the problem. She knew his weakness. She knew he wasn't up for the job, and she kept pushing him because she liked being in the job. How many times did she go overseas to represent him? How many times did she take the travel to represent him when he wasn't mentally capable of doing it? That's okay, because Jill would go.
So, but she's mad at Nancy Pelosi?
Because Nancy Pelosi took that opportunity.
She saw what was happening.
Exactly.
Oh, she knew what was happening.
She pulled the curtain back.
Yeah.
But it was only after the whole America saw it.
Yeah.
They all lied the whole time. They would attack me when I would walk out and tell the truth.
This just in, Wall Street Journal is reporting that Kamala Harris has told close allies and family members she's disappointed in President Biden's recent contention that he would have won the 2024 election. She's expressed her deep sadness over losing the election and Biden's comments. It sounds like everybody in politics gets their feelings hurt. Like, you and I have been around this town so long. Like, it's like you expect people to take shots at you.
But you know what? Biden
She was a terrible candidate.
She was terrible. But Biden also said he would win, and he thought she would win, too. I think he didn't know the election was over.
No, he thought he was running against George W. Bush, I think, at some point. But again, this is a very strange thing when you have the enablers of Biden angry at the people who finally gave the party a tiny shot with Kamala Harris. That's the only shot they had.
They're going through the different stages of defeat
grief
here. But the one thing I would tell you is, if they stay that way, they're never going to win back. What they should do is take a wake-up call, understand why you lost. Your policies are socialism. America doesn't want them. Democrats who never voted for Republicans voted for Trump. They had Trump syndrome, but you know what America had? They want America to be better. They want America to be stronger. And they want America to be great again. That's something all Americans can believe.
All right, now that Biden's about to leave, any secret behind-the-scenes stuff that happened with him and you that you can now share with us that you didn't tell us before?
I shared quite a bit. There were so many times there. You know where he talks and he mumbles? I was in the Oval one time, and we were negotiating this big bill. And he starts to mumble again. And it's Patrick McHenry sitting on the couch. And I just look away and say, talk to him. And then when we walk out, I asked Patrick, could you tell what he was saying? He goes, I couldn't make out one word. And when he talks, he would tell you stories years ago. He always told me a story when he was in the Senate and Ronald Reagan was president. I heard that story every single time.
Well, old people repeat the same stories.
Yeah.
That's what. If I start doing that, will you please hit me or something?
I'll fast forward.
Yeah, just fast forward. Just automatically fast forward. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Great to see you as always.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.